What's up, guys? So we're deep into 2024, and even though I haven't technically done an EDC video for this channel, I figured it was time to post a little update on my everyday carry for 2024. And we'll break it up just a little bit into kind of bare minimums and then some instances that I typically run into in my life where what I have in my pockets might change. So kind of tier one, everyday carry would mean what I have in my pocket when I leave the house if nothing special is going on. If I'm going to the grocery store or if I'm going to the office, going to work, whatever, this is what's in my pocket. So the bare minimum for me, a white light, my wallet, keys. These aren't my actual keys, obviously. This is just a stand-in keychain. People can say I'm being paranoid, but don't put your keys on the internet. If somebody wanted to, they could copy your key based off of a picture. I'll have a watch on me. I've been wearing this Garmin a lot, but I am a watch guy. So we'll have the Luminox here as a placeholder for a watch. A pocket knife. This is one of the things that probably changes the most depending on what I'm doing. Pocket knife is almost always in the rotation if I'm not going somewhere that prohibits it. And same thing with a gun of some sort. Typically, it is just this Glock 43. Shuffle everything over. As of late, I've been carrying this Glock 43 because you can tell it's dusty and nasty. It is loaded, so we're not going to mess with it too much. But Glock 43, something small. I used to carry bigger guns, but the best gun you have is the gun you have on you. So this one came with me a lot more places than some of my bigger guns did. I do think I'm going to upgrade this to a Glock 48, get a little bit more capacity and a rail on it for when I need it. But most of the time, it is just this guy tucked in 4 o'clock in a super simple Kydex holster and a spare magazine with the Vickers Tactical +2 on there. Give me just a little bit more ammunition. And this is typically what's in my pocket. What's not far away from that, or what's not far away from me at any given time, is going to be some sort of medical. I like these North American Rescue, they call it their individual patrol officer kit. It's gauze, it's bandages, it's a cat tourniquet, vacuum sealed, so it won't, rot or degrade. It won't get moisture in it. Grab a couple of these and just put them in every car you own. Put them in your desk at work. Put them in your backpack. Just make sure you have some medical just in case, because if you have something that's going to poke holes in something or something that might accidentally get away from you, it's nice to be able to clean that up whenever you can. So we've got the Glock 43, some sort of watch. This is a Luminox. Love this guy. Just quartz, lightweight. I've already broken the strap on it, so we got a NATO on there. Keys, wallet. I like this Herschel. You've seen the minimalistic wallets, and a lot of those are just kind of too cute by half. They do too much or promise too much. This was super cheap. I've had this for about 4 years, and it's held up really nice. It doesn't scream tactical. It's innocuous, and it keeps me from filling this thing up. When I was carrying a standard wallet, I would just cram that thing full of just cash and receipts and business cards and stuff like that. And it gave me that kind of George Costanza wallet. This is a Civivi. I don't remember which model this is, but pretty inexpensive. Just Civivi. It's got a nice action on it. I'm not exactly a knife snob, but when I have a knife, I do need it to feel good. I can't pull it out and feel like it's cheap or chintzy or going to fall apart on me. So there is a bare minimum, and the Civivi easily passes that bare minimum. And then the white light of choice for me is this Streamlight ProTac 2LX. I've got a couple of them. This one's obviously been carried a little bit more, just had a little wear on it. I lost this, or I thought I lost it, so I was heartbroken and just immediately ordered me another one. This light, it is a little bit older model. In the grand scheme of things, it's a little down on lumens. I think it's like 500 or 600 lumens. I don't know. There are other lights you can carry that are 1,000 lumens, 800 lumens, just huge outputs. And it would be nice to be able to carry a light with that much output. But the reason I carry the Streamlight is because the head is roughly the same diameter as the rest of the body. So I just run it clipped in my pocket. And when you tuck it in your pocket, it's about as big as I can stand. I tried to run a couple Surefires that have kind of a bigger head on them, and it bulked up my pocket too much. I know it's kind of ironic because I carry a bunch of stuff, but just having that thickness down in your pocket, it really bothered me. So I went back to this, and I am super pleased with it. If you think you can get away with just running the light on your phone or your iPhone or whatever, you're sorely mistaken. I'm super sorry. You're wrong. Get over it and get you a white light. Put it in your pocket. Carry it with you everywhere. Half of your life is going to be lived in the dark. Get a white light. Carry it with you. So I did mention earlier, the pocket knife gets swapped out more than anything else, and that's true. So most of the time, this guy's been in my pocket as of late. It's little, it's light, it's pretty handsome. As you can tell, I got kind of an affinity for green, and it just works super good as a super basic pocket knife. But I have a couple other options that I like to carry or that I like to sub out, and those are Spyderco Salt, Kershaw Launch, and some sort of multi-tool. I like the Leatherman rebar. It's pretty cheap. It's obviously not the most refined Leatherman, but it is decent for when you need pliers. If I'm carrying the Leatherman, I'm typically going to add it to my pocket, not necessarily subtract my knife, because this is a multi-tool. Multi-tools are not good for just popping out a pocket knife real quick. They're not good for that. I like this Kershaw maybe when I'm dressed a little more formally. It's super light. It's really narrow, made in America, which is great for me. So if I'm going to be dressed up a little bit more formally, this is a fun little party trick. But also it's super lightweight. It tucks away really good, and it gives you really, really fast one-hand deployment. This is not legal everywhere. I'll put links for whatever I can down in the description. They will be affiliate links. This might not be legal where you live, so check your local laws. I love this thing. It's just got tons of attitude, but I don't really want to beat it up because it is kind of on the dainty side in regards to kind of the blade profile. So this gets subbed out sometimes. This is on a little bit on the bigger side for just an EDC standard pocket knife, but the Salt is what I'll run if I think I might be getting wet or if the weather's bad. So I mean, if it's pouring rain outside or if I'm going to be on a boat near a dock, anything like that, I like this Spyderco because it has their special like rust resistant steel, whatever you want to call it. It's gone kayaking, it's gone fishing, it's gone swimming, it's gone camping, it's gone whitewater rafting, and it is just as nice as when I got it. So there are a lot of gimmicks out there, but I do believe in this kind of rust resistant steel from Spyderco. This thing gets subbed in a lot. If I'm going to be farther away from home, or if I'm going to be leaving for an extended period of time, or if I'm concerned at all about my environment, this Glock 48 will get, or excuse me, what is this, a 43? This Glock 43 will get subbed out. That Glock will get subbed out for, it's a Glock 19. Glock 19, threaded barrel. Their Enforce is smaller, light. I do want to get away from this. I've had issue with Enforce lights before. I would sub this out for one of the smaller TLRs if I didn't already have a bunch of holsters. But the second this thing gives me any fit whatsoever, it's gone. It's in the trash. Not a huge fan of Enforce, but they were the hot stuff when I got this 19. RMR on it. This is the auto adjust version. Again, don't love that. Would swap this out if I get the opportunity, but I got it on a really good deal. So we're running with that until it gives me some issues. So if I'm going to be farther away from home, want a little bit more capacity, this is what we're going to run, is going to be the Glock 19. I know it's a boring answer. There are a lot of other cooler guns out there. I have cooler guns, but when it comes to just a gun that works, that's reliable, that you can find magazines for, that you can find holsters for, it doesn't benefit you to be fancy. Glock 19, something like that, it's going to be an easy recommendation. This is kind of my walking around rig, going to town setup. There are obviously other situations, other circumstances, other than just going to the office, going to the gas station, living your life, stuff like that. So I do have 2 dogs. So we go on dog walks a lot. You can hear him rooting around now. He just got a bath and he hates it, so he's getting dirty again. Hey, dude, cut that out. Don't dig in there. Don't dig in there. You're clean. He's digging in the flower beds. He's insubordinate, but he's a sweet boy. So we go on dog walks a lot, and we live in the South. I'm in Georgia. It's summertime. It's hot. I'm typically, if I'm just going to be walking the dog, I am not going to be running something with a sturdy enough belt to carry a full-size Glock. And even running a smaller Glock in like a loose holster is not necessarily the best idea. Personally, you can do whatever you want. And one thing on the belt, I run the Blue Alpha belts. They're made in Georgia. They're awesome. Get you one. If you're going to carry a gun any size, I can get away with a leather belt or something lighter for the 43. But once you step up to kind of a full-size handgun, you really need a sturdy belt. So I like the Blue Alpha belts. They're great. That's typically what I run. But I don't run them while I'm walking the dog because I'm usually in gym shorts. And if that's the case, so when I'm walking the dog, I'll typically run a fanny pack. I like these fanny packs from Osprey. They're super lightweight. They're packable. If you're going on a trip or something and you just need an extra way to carry a little something on you when you're walking the dog or when you're in gym shorts or hanging out or whatever, I love these little guys. They're not tactical. They blend right in perfectly fine. These little guys are my recommendation. They pack down to nothing. In the front pouch, I'll typically carry some doggy bags to clean up after my dog. I'll put my dog treats in there, cell phone, and in the main compartment, I'll carry this sweet little Beretta. I could carry the Glock. They are similar in size. You're not saving any weight running the Beretta. It is a tiny bit smaller. You're not saving any weight running the Beretta, but the footprint is a little bit smaller, and I just feel a little bit cozier having a heavy double action trigger, bonus points, heavy double action trigger with a manual safety if I'm just going to be bouncing it around in a fanny pack. So a little Beretta Tomcat, 32 automatic, not going to set any records, but center fire reliability. This thing's been a joy to shoot. It's threaded for reasons we'll get into later. And then, obviously because you're kind of down on power, it's a little single stack. We'll carry a spare magazine there as well. So that's my walking the dog setup, is I'll typically take this. So we'll have a little backup because we are running such a small caliber. And then oftentimes I'll add this, some sort of little pouch where I can carry something extra if I need to. You can clip this on a belt, tuck it in your pants. You can clip it on the side of the fanny pack and it'll ride just fine. And this is if I need to carry an extra spare set of keys or it's got cash in there now. If you need to carry a little some keys, some cash, something extra. Love these little Topo designs. They call it their taco pouch. Again, not super tactical. This looks pretty crunchy, pretty granola. Blends right in. Nobody's going to think that you're carrying a spare mag or two for a Beretta in your Topo Designs taco. That's what I'll carry if I'm walking the dog, day-to-day stuff. And the only other thing that I really get into a lot where I like to have a little bit of something on me is going to be when I'm doing chores. Whether it's doing chores here or whether it's out at the farm, cutting grass, riding on a tractor, stuff like that where you don't want to fill your pockets with all this stuff because you're going to be hot, sweaty, covered in grass, covered in trash, dirty, and you want a little something with you though. I'll carry a slightly bigger fanny pack. And this is Mountain Hardwear. Again, you'll see a little theme. I like kind of the outdoor stuff that doesn't scream tactical. I think it fits a little better and makes me feel a little better. In this Mountain Hardwear, same deal. I'll typically poke my taco in there, run a cell phone in the front. I usually won't keep this on my body. I'll clip it on the cab of the tractor or I'll clip it on the seat of the lawnmower, something like that, just so I can have it with me while I'm working. And I'll have my phone in there. I like to carry a battery backup and a way to charge my phone. Because if you're outside all day long, you might not have a chance to take a break, go inside, and charge your phone. I love these this is made by Anchor. I love these little battery banks. They're slim. They last a good long while. Anchor is a solid brand. I mean, it is, it's probably made in China like everything else. But I've had really good luck with these. And then a multi-charger so I can do, just like charge your phone stuff. When I'm choring as well, I haven't got on the AirPod train. I got funny shaped ears. The AirPods fall out. They're expensive. I just don't love them. So what I do run are a pair of these Elgin. Say it however you like. They've got the earplug style ends, so they do reduce sound a good bit. If you're running a lawnmower, driving a tractor, you're going to want a little something to take the edge off. So they're pretty cheap for what they are. Again, I'll link them down below. They last a good long while, and some noise reduction never really hurt anything. And then typically I'll carry, same deal, because I'm running it in a fanny pack, typically I'll carry my Beretta. But if I'm going to be outside where I might actually use it, whether it be for vermin or snakes or whatever, I'll carry my Omega 9K with it. And I'll usually carry it threaded on, and I'll run a full magazine, nothing in the chamber. That way, if you actually need to use it, you're not worried about your hearing. You're not worried about upsetting the neighbors. You're not worried about, getting a phone call from somebody going, hey, what was that? But it still allows you to kind of handle whatever exigent circumstances you might run into. And same deal, if I'm out there, I'll also have medical. It's kind of non-negotiable. I know this seems like a huge stack of stuff. I don't always carry it all at once, but it's important to have some sort of standardization. So you're not running around your house trying to find your pocket knife. You're not worried about how to carry around a suppressed 32 automatic while you're riding around on the tractor out in the hayfield. So that's it, guys. For whatever I can, I'll leave links down below. These things are my honest recommendations. I've been filling my pockets with a lot of stuff over the years, and a lot of this stuff just really, really works for me. I would wager that something similar would work for you as well. If you have any questions, let me know. But thanks for watching, guys. If you got any comments, concerns, leave them down below. Oh, I forgot. Honorable mention, sunglasses. I run these Costas, or I run the Oakley Fultons, I think they are. Fultons, Holbrooks, one of those. I'll roll them in as well. But I got sensitive little eyes. So I wear sunglasses almost all the time. Nothing wrong with that.